Hi all, happy Tuesday and welcome to my channel, welcome to my world, it's the world away. And we now got part 3 of Centuria's and Panini Collections Build the Ferrari F40 Competizione. Now this will be a monthly delivery, but because of the start of the delivery and I already had issues 1 and 2 that I bought from the newsagents, I chose to do my subscription from issue 3. So they've delivered 3 and 4, so you'll see them in the next coming days, and then there'll be 4 issues at a time. This is 100 issues, just so you know. Let's just show you what we've got to do in this issue. First off, you just got to love how each episode normally has a picture. This is absolutely brilliant, but I do love the picture of that there. Anyway, on to what we've got to do. We're going to be putting the spoiler on the car with some tie rods. That ring I was telling you about in the last issue, look, we're going to be putting that in on this issue. So I'm not quite sure what the ring I've got on there is. You'll have to let me know that. And we've got a tyre here, but we're not going to be doing anything with the tyre in this issue. It's just going to be attaching the spoiler to the bumper here. So in the next issue, we've actually got the first rim looking just like that. I have got that here, but I'll show you that when that actually comes out. So the reason I went for this, not only because the quality of the parts looks really good, but doesn't the car look attractive? And I think that would look good sitting somewhere in this man cave. I mean, by the time it's finished, I'll probably have a new man cave and move this room around even more. But got my screwdriver, let's get cracking. Okay, I don't know if you can see on the close-up here. You see how I've got a ring through that little silver detail there? I haven't got one this side, and it was these rings I was on about. But they do toe rings. And this is everything we've got in the box here. But let me just take this eyelet out at the moment. Looking just like that. This is probably what a lot of people were telling me about, saying how the you would have one of these on the front of the car, especially on a racing car. But what we're going to do is we're going to be putting this in. We've got one hole just vacant there, just into that. And they seem to have it this way round, going into the fender. Now, this doesn't want to go in very well. So I'm having a look at that just to see if it's me not pushing it hard enough. And then I am deciding, do I actually have, or should I actually use some glue? I'm going to give it one last try of screwing this in. And there we go, it has gone in. Looking just like that. If you push hard enough, it goes in. I don't really want to glue that at all, to be honest with you. But that is the eyelet in. I do think that that will actually fall out if it gets a knock, so perhaps you might want to glue that in. Then we want to bring the spoiler out. The spoiler is plastic, looking just like this, but it's got some lovely details just at the top here. I'm going to just lie that down gently there because we're going to be putting some tie rods into it. Now I've taken the tie rods out the bag. They look just like this side and this side, and for the life of me I can't see a difference. But when I look at the magazine, I'm sure there's a difference on there, but who knows. But out of the two ends we've got, this end is the end that's going to go up. This end's the end that's going to go into the spoiler. Now they're going to go into the spoiler pointing towards this way, or the bend is going to go towards this way, and I'm actually holding it from the bottom because the last thing you want to do is break these. So I'm just going to see a good way that I can actually put this in. I'm just rocking it in, that's what I'm doing, and holding it from the bottom, not by the shaft here. I think if you hold it by that shaft, it's going to break. And indeed, I have had some messages from people saying, be careful when you put these in. That's why I'm being very gentle with it, saying that they broke their tie rods. But I think I might actually glue these into place. They are held in, as you can see. Look. But again, I'm just worried about them falling out, to be honest with you. Now, I've made up my mind. I am going to put a touch of glue into these, because I don't want these falling out. And when I say putting a touch of glue in them, I mean exactly what I said. I've put the most minutest dot of glue just on these, just to keep them into place when I put them into the fender there. Because you don't want to get glue on this detail here. Just making sure that's straight. Looks good. There we go. And that's both of those tie rods in place. Now, if this is the eyelet that we put in earlier on, facing upwards, the spoiler is going to go this way round, just on top of this here. And then what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to screw this into place first, then I'm going to line up the tie rods, and that will also give it time to actually just settle in place with the glue. These are going to be screwed in with type A screws. As you can see, they put a great big A on the bag, so we're not going to go wrong now. And we'll get this into place and see how this looks. Now I'm going to screw this down, then I'll put the tie rods in afterwards. I think that's what way around I'm going to do it. But don't be fooled by this screw hole here. We don't use that. We're only going to be screwing it in 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do this side first, I think. There we go. That's the first one in. And we'll do the same with the other 3. Number 2. Now they are giving us a free screw in this as well. So if we do lose a screw, it's not going to be the end of the world because we've got a spare. These actually go in quite far, and I'll be honest with you, they are very tight to turn. So if you are having problems, I would quit straight away, because you're very much in danger of rounding your heads on these screws, and either putting some lube in there when you put them in. Get yourself a decent screwdriver like this wearer here, and screwing them in. But as you can see, I haven't had a problem getting these in, but it's just, I know that they are tight because look, I've got some redness on my hands where I'm trying to screw them in. And then once that's in place, what we're going to do is we're going to just put these sections here just into the top here without breaking it. I might need my tweezers for this. I'm actually bending the whole spoiler down rather than the part here. Don't touch this part. If you touch the part, you're going to have a bad time. And there we go, that's the tyres into place, and as you can see, that is the spoiler complete. That's worked out really well, actually. Very happy with that. Look at the detail. Now the other thing that we've got in this issue that we're not going to be using is the tyre. Now looking at the tyre, it's rubber. They've got a layer of foam inside here, which I guess we take out when we put the rim in, or we might be leaving it in, I don't know. I'm going to leave it in for now. But it looks just like that. You've got the details on there for that. Pretty squishy, so I don't think we're going to have a problem getting that rim in as well. But that is the tyre. Pretty impressive, huh? So there we go. That's part 3 complete. That was a nice quick issue, but there is a danger, I think, in that issue. I didn't go pink matte yet this time for distress, but there is a danger that you could break those tie rods. So just be careful not to grab it by the actual stalk. Otherwise you're going to have a bad time. Anyway, I really do hope you like that video. Tomorrow, hopefully, as long as it's in my news agents, we're going to have the next Terminator video. But if you did like that video, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.